Yes, folks, here page number 481 to 482. Very important chapter, 481. 1.11 structure, modal, present and past. What do you mean by modal? Can, may, shall, will, must is called present tense modal verb. Could, should, would, must, needed to, it is called past tense modal verb. See structure 1, can, very important word. I can buy a car. What is the difference between I can buy a car and I could buy a car? I can buy a car, I could buy a car. What is the difference? Very important, isn't it? I can buy a car means no one can stop me to buy a car. I can buy a car, I will buy a car. I can buy a car, nobody can stop me. What is the difference between I could buy a car? I could buy a car means I am not very interested to buy a car. If I want, I can buy, but I am not interested. I can buy a car means, what is that? In future, no one can stop me. If I am interested, I can buy. Okay, I can buy a car. I could buy a car means I am not at all interested to buy the car. I have enough money. Nearly 50 lakhs are there in the bank. I can take the money and buy a car, but I am not interested. That is the difference between can and could. I can buy a car, I could buy a car. I cannot buy a car means I cannot buy. I don't have money. I could not buy a car means I am not able to buy a car. Not able to buy a car means it is not possible to me to afford to buy a car. Here structure 2. Here what is the structure 2? It gives will. For example, I will buy a car. I think I will buy a car. You are using I will. Will not means I am sure he will not make any mistakes. So you are sure. When you use will not, it is a surety. Sure he won't do that. Then would. I think I would buy a car. I think I would buy a car, but I have to save some money. So I would not. I am sure he would not make any mistakes. So you are sure that he won't do any mistakes. Now structure 3, could have, would have, might have. What is the difference between could have, would have, might have? I could have purchased a car. In the past tense you say I could have purchased a car, but you have not done. I would have, I might have. So using structure 4, using the word must, may, shall. He must be there means he must be there. You are very sure that he must be there. So no other possibilities are there. So my dear friends, folks, இப்போ பாருங்க பேஜ் நம்பர் 481 482 வரைக்கும் மாடல் வெர்பு என்று சொல்வார்கள். மாடல் வெர்பு என்றால் என்ன? எதிர்காலத்தை குறிக்கக்கூடியது. கேன்னா முடியும், மேனா லாம், வுட் வில்லுனா வேண்டும், மஸ்ட்னா கண்டிப்பாக. அப்போ இதை வைத்தும் பாஸ்ட் டென்ஸ் மாடல் வெர்ப் என்றால் கேனுக்கு குட் முடிந்தது, ஷேலுக்கு ஷுட் வேண்டும், வில்லுக்கு முடிந்தது, மைட்டுக்கு முடிந்திருக்கலாம். இப்படியாக இதனுடைய பயன்பாடுகளை நீங்கள் பார்க்குறீங்க. உதாரணத்திற்கு ஐ கேன் பை ஏ கார் என்றால் என்ன? என்னால் கார் வாங்க முடியும், யாரும் அதை என்னை தடுத்து நிறுத்த முடியாது. ஐ குட் பை ஏ கார் என்றால் என்ன? எனக்கு அதில் விருப்பம் இல்லை, பணம் நிறையா இருக்குது, நினச்சா வாங்கலாம், ஆனால் எனக்கு விருப்பம் இல்லை. அந்த மாதிரி இடங்களிலே இந்த கேனு குட்டுக்குள்ள வேற்றுமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். அதே மாதிரி ஐ கேனாட் பை ஏ கார்னால் என்னால் வாங்க முடியாது, என்கிட்ட பணம் இல்லை. ஐ குட் நாட் பை ஏ கார்னாலும் அதே அர்த்தம் தான், என்னால் பணம் செலவழித்து வாங்க முடியாது. அதே போன்று ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் 2ல் பாருங்கள், வில்லு, வில் நாட். ஐ திங்க் ஐ வில் பை ஏ கார், நான் வாங்குவேன் என்று நான் நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த மாதிரி இடத்துல வில் போடுறோம். வில் நாட்னா அவன் கண்டிப்பாக ஒன்றை செய்ய மாட்டான். ஹீ வில் நாட் மேக் எனி மிஸ்டேக்ஸ், ஐ எம் ஷுவர். அதே போன்று ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் 3ல் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா குட் ஹேவ், வுட் ஹேவ், மைட் ஹேவ். குட் ஹேவ்னா என்ன? முடிந்திருக்க முடியும். ஐ குட் ஹேவ் காட் குட் மார்க்ஸ், என்னால் மார்க் வாங்கியிருக்க முடியும், ஆனால் நான் மார்க் பெறவில்லை இறந்த காலத்தில். ஐ வுட் ஹேவ் கான் டு டெல்லி, நான் டெல்லியில் போயிருக்கலாம் ஆனால் போகவில்லை. ஐ மைட் ஹேவ் சீன் த மூவி, நான் இந்த படத்தை பார்த்திருக்கலாம் ஆனால் பார்க்கவில்லை. நடக்காத ஒன்றை நடப்பது போல் நினைக்கும் பொழுது இந்த குட் ஹேவ், வுட் ஹேவ், மைட் ஹேவ், ஷுட் ஹேவ் யூஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க. அதே மாதிரி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் 4ல் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா வில்லு, மே, ஷேல், நிகழ்கால மாடல் வெர்ப். இது எங்கே யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம்? ஈ மஸ்ட் பி தேர், நான் பார்த்தேன் அவன் போவதே, அவன் அங்கே தான் இருக்கணும் உறுதியாக சொல்லும் பொழுது இந்த ப்ரெசன்ட் டென்ஸ் மாடல் வெர்பை யூஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க. Hope you are able to understand. Thank you. Dear folks, page number 482. Take page number 482. Simultaneously you take page number 722. Both you have together in your hand. 482 you take the page number 482. Simultaneously you take the page number 722 and up to 724. The answers are there. So here we have given, see, 15 in the first column, third column we have up to 27 and this is the third column we have up to 33. So, 33 present tense modal verb and past tense modal verb are used. 33 present tense and past tense modal verbs are used. Where to use these words, modal verbs, is very important. See here, up to 1 to 7, it is present tense modal verb. Will, shall, must, can, may, need to, ought to, it is present tense modal verb. In the answer sheet 722, what we have given, we have used the subject they and mangoes. They will eat mangoes, I shall eat mangoes, he must eat mangoes, he can eat mangoes, he may eat mangoes, they need to eat mangoes, the ought to eat mangoes. What do you mean by ought? Ought means something social obligation which you should do. I ought to take care of my parents. I ought to help the poor people. Ought to means something social responsibility which you have to do. And from page number 8 to 12, you find just ordinary past tense modal verbs. Would, should, could, might, needed to. I would go to Delhi. I should buy a car. I could buy a house. So, this past tense modal verb is used with the present tense verb. So, present tense modal verb, past tense modal verb. Then from 13 to, you see 32, all is called past tense modal verb with perfect. See, would have, past participle, would have plus past participle, should have plus participle. I would have gone to US, gone, past participle you are using gone. I should have taken computer course. I must have studied well. So, you are using would have, should have, could have with past participle. To say a sentence, to say something which you have not done, which you regret, which you think you should have done. Here, could have plus past participle. I could have completed my studies. I needed to have purchased the car. I ought to have helped the poor. I would have been plus noun. See, I would have been plus noun. This is all from 19 to 23. Would have been plus noun. I would have been a teacher. For noun you can say teacher. I would have been a collector. I would have been a software engineer. Now you are something. Now I am a teacher. I wish I should be a software engineer. I say I would have been a software engineer if somebody has helped me. Something which has not happened, you wish to happen, then you are using I would have been plus noun. I should have been plus noun. I should have been a businessman, but you are not a businessman. I could have been an actor. You are not an actor, you are doing some other profession. I might have been plus noun. I might have been a professor in a college. So, which has not happened, you are using with noun. I ought to have been. I ought to have been a socialist or a politician. So, would have been plus past participle. Would have been plus past participle. Where do you use this? Up to 20, up to, see, 24 to 28. Where do you use? I would have been appointed as a, I would have been appointed as a, or I would have been selected, I would have been elected as a MLA. I should have been. What is the past participle you can use? I should have been taken care by them. I should have been taken care by them. I could have been, past participle. I could have been nominated by them. I might have been. I might have been, past participle. I might have been educated, ought to have been, I ought to have been, purchased, I would have been. Now from 29 to 33 you see, would have been plus adjective or adverb of place. 29 to 33, would have been or should have been or could have been plus adjective or adverb of place. When you take adjective alone, I could have been more, I could have been happier, I could have been happier, I could have been more energetic, I could have been, what is the adjective you can use? I could have been leaner, it's an adjective. I could have been stronger. So you are using all the adjectives here. So suppose if it is place, adverb of place, what you use? I would have been, see now I am in institution, I wish I would have been in home. So I say I would have been in home by now, but I am here. So in these places you are using would have, should have, could have. I should have been what? Talented. I should have been in Delhi. I could have been adjective. I could have been what? Thinner, or I could have been in Kashmir. So you are using with the should have been plus adjective and should have been plus adverb of place, ought to have been. So all these 33 structures plus extra 5 with no adverb of place, nearly 38 structures. When you use it in your written English, when you use it in spoken English, it will be apt, it will be aesthetic, it will be, the communication will be passed on to your audience in a better perspective, in a better order. Thank you, sir. Yes, folks, here 13 to 18, you see, would have plus past participle. So would have seen, should have seen, could have completed, I must have gone. So you are using something could have plus past participle, that is past tense, past participle, it is modal verb plus past participle is used to say something which you are not, but you wish it has happened. I should have gone, but you have not gone. I must have studied, you have not studied, but you regret and say. When you regret and say, suppose if you wish that should have happened, then you are using from 13 to 18. Now what you do is, you are taking the page number 482, all these 33 types have given here, and simultaneously you take the page number 722 and compare the answers. It is given bilingual English and Tamil, so you can understand more easier. Try to use in different pronouns, subject pronouns, and try to form various sentences. Here you don't have a rule like, subject plus present tense verb, you have to add yes and everything, but you don't have any rules over here. Straight away for any pronoun, subject pronouns, you can use this modals, present, past and perfect modals. Thank you. Folks, இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா 482வது பக்கம் எடுத்துக்கங்க. கிராமர் புக்கில் 702வது பக்கத்தையும் 72வது பக்கத்தையும் எடுத்துக்கங்க. ரெண்டையும் ஒப்பிட்டு பாருங்கள். மொத்தம் 33 மாடல் வினைச்சொற்கள் கொடுத்துருக்குறோம். அதை கம்பேர் பண்ணி பார்க்கும் பொழுது எப்படி இலக்கண ரீதியாக எழுதப்பட்டிருக்கிறது என்று பார்க்கிறீர்கள். 1லிருந்து 7 பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ப்ரெசன்ட் டென்ஸ் மாடல் வேர்ப். ப்ரெசன்ட் டென்ஸ் மாடல் வேர்ப் என்றால் என்ன? எதிர்காலத்தை பற்றி குறிப்பிட வேண்டும் என்றால் இந்த வார்த்தைகளை தவிர வேறு ஒன்றும் எழுத முடியாது. வில்லு, ஷேலு, மஸ்ட், கேனு, மே, நீட் டு, ஆட் டு. வில்லுனா வேண்டும், ஷேல்னா வேண்டும், மஸ்ட்னா கண்டிப்பாக, கேன்னா முடியும், மேனா லாம், நீட் டுனா தேவை, ஆட் டுனா ஒன்று செய்ய கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன் என்று அர்த்தம். ஸோ இதை வந்து பேஜ் நம்பர் 722 பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய வாக்கியங்கள் அமைத்திருக்கிறோம். தே வில் ஈட் மேங்கோஸ், ஐ ஷால் கோ டு டெல்லி, அப்படியாக எழுதியிருக்கிறது. அதே போன்று இறந்த கால மாடல் வேர்பு 8லிருந்து 12, வுட்டு, ஷுட்டு, குட்டு, மைட்டு, நீடட் டு. இது கூட நிகழ்கால வெர்பு வருகிறது. ஐ வுட் பை எ கார், I should take care of him. அப்படி நிகழ்கால வினைச்சொல்லை அணைத்துக் கொள்கிறது. அடுத்த